Hello, hello, hello. It's Dr. Meredith, Psychoneuroimmunologist, Pharmacological Therapist, Wealth Creation Coach, helping you to say bye to pain and invite euphoric joy into your life, create the wealth you desire and deserve. Today we're going to talk about how to get through grief. Before we begin, think about an area that you would like guidance, a question you have, and I'll provide a collective card reading at the end with some guidance. Look below to see how we can work together. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified when I post videos. Grief is a very difficult topic. Believe me, I spent a lot of time grieving a lot of different people at various points in my life. Grief as it relates to the root chakra, your base chakra near your groin area, is in part related to our feelings of certainty, stability, security, feeling safe, our survival instincts. A part of grief is feeling what is or should be is not so. It's a loss and requires grieving. You can heal illnesses and grief with subconscious mind. You can mend your broken heart and be happy. It's imperative that you heal the past, let go of the pain, and do so at a soul level. I often take my clients through an activation for accelerated healing so we can overcome the heartbreak, the loss, the grief, the breakup, the pain of the heartache that you feel and move forward. I find that the biggest movement forward occurs when we accept what is, and acceptance will take time. And it's okay if you can only manifest strength to get through the next 10 seconds and then keep going forward with every 10 seconds until you can work up to a minute. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, increments up to full days and weeks and months and maybe someday even years. Has your grief and feeling unsafe around the situation caused physical pain in your life? Are you experiencing any type of physical pain in your hands, dental, foot pain, any kind of pain? Maybe this loss impacts your finances, which could move you to consider what is your relationship with money. Maybe this loss has forced you to consider if you're trying to fit a round peg into a square hole and how disingenuous that is. And this is an opportunity to embrace the true and authentic you. Grief can impact how you identify, who you are, what you no longer are, and what this loss really means. What is the result of this loss? Deep grief affects your lungs and your heart. It's more important to express love than to receive love. The only way to actually feel love is to express it to yourself. When you're in a state of love, your heart, your whole chest expands. Your body's vibration rises. You feel happy, elated, alive. You feel connected to something larger than yourself. Loving someone, anyone, is a wonderful gift to yourself. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Know that you're loved. You are loved. They may not be here in one form that you're used to, but they're always going to be with you. The lessons that they taught you, the things that you learned. The important thing is that you allow yourself to feel and express how you feel, the love. It is a natural state. Expressing love attracts love from others. Maybe you can get a pet and channel that love into that, or volunteer to help other people. Give yourself time to grieve and love on yourself. Love in and of itself can really heal, can be very healing, and it's a beautiful thing. So let your love that you once had in this one area be transmuted to be in another area. And before you begin, I want you to think about how this entire person or the entire situation that you're grieving, all of it in its totality, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and see it from a total perspective. Do not a rose-colored glass the situation. Look at it for what it truly is, all of it. And we're going to have a tapping session to release grief and work through grief. I want you to journal on what grief means to you. And I also recommend thinking of grief from all aspects, the good and the bad. When in all honesty, what in all honesty is good about this loss? There could be, it might take a second to figure out what possibly could be good of this, but this awful gut-wrenching pain has a purpose. When I lost my grandmother, I was like dead to the world for a year. I didn't do a lot. I did what had to be done, and that was all. But as I came out of that cocoon of grief, I started to think about things from a different perspective. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And perspective in any manner is always good, and it's imperative. So I want you to follow me through this. The karate chop point is at your hands, eyebrows, side of the eye, under the nose, under the mouth, which is the chin area, the collarbone, right, that bony part on, in your chest area, under the arm, and then of course top of the head. So we're going to go through 4 rounds, and we're going to work through releasing and working through this grief through tapping. Karate chop point. Even though a part of me is still carrying around the burden of grief, it haunts my memories and keeps me from moving forward. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Second time. Even though a part of me is still carrying the burden of grief, it haunts my memories and keeps me from moving forward. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Last time. Even though a part of me is still carrying around the burden of grief, it haunts my memories and keeps me from moving forward. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Eyebrow. I accept the abundance of memories that I can take with me through my life. Side of the eye. I can step out of my grief knowing it is not nourishing to my mind, body, and spirit. Under the eye. I can't let go of the memories, but I can use them to help me go on forward with my life, using these memories as my strength. Under the nose. I've tried to forget, but I will not forget, but rather use the memories as bountiful blessings to keep me afloat. I'm worthy of joy. I'm wise, and my reality is different, but I can use my grief to help others and help myself. I'm a wellspring of love. I will repurpose my grief into abundance. I deserve love and abundance. Under the mouth. When the grief comes flooding back to me, I will allow it to be a footstool to ground me, to rise up instead of bringing me down. I'm safe and protected. I'll use my memories to uplift me and nourish me from within. I'm cared for, my needs are met, the legacy of what I've lost will nourish me. They will infect me with joy that cannot be destroyed. It is a natural state, so they're always with me. Collarbone. I've been carrying the burden for so long, it's tiring, but now I choose to love myself in every area of my life. I give love and love comes back to me. I deserve love, joy, happiness, and prosperity. Under the arm. My emotions are balanced and in harmony with my energy. Top of the head. I feel so heavy. Now I release the heaviness with love and compassion. I said it, therefore I am free, and I free myself from this grief. Karate chop point. Even though a part of me is still carrying around the burden of grief, it haunts my memories and keeps me from moving forward. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Take a deep breath in and out. Maybe have a sip of water. And let's go for round 2. Karate chop point. Even though a part of me is still carrying the burden of grief, it haunts my memories and keeps me from moving forward. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Eyebrow. I now live a life full of stability, security, and pleasure. Side of the eye. I won't let my grief define my life. I am open to all my senses to feel, see, touch, taste, and hear. Under the eye. I wish I could go back in time, but the past is done. I will focus now on my future. Under the nose. I cannot change what happened, but I can embrace and embody security, stability, and abundance. Under the eye. Under the mouth, sorry. So grief will no longer affect my presence. Collarbone. Nothing in the past can I change, but I can focus positively on my future. Under the arm. I'm open to love and repel pain. Top of the head. I learn my lessons with love, ease, grace, and speed. Karate chop point. Even though a part of me is still carrying the burden of grief, it haunts my memories and keeps me from moving forward. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Somehow I can release the grief and find a way to at least sometimes relax. Take a deep breath in, out, sip of water, maybe, and let's go with round 3. This is a karate chop point, even though a part of me is still carrying the burden of grief, it haunts my memories and keeps me from moving forward. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Eyebrow. What if I could see it for what it was? Side of the eye. What happened, happened. Under the eye. I know I did the best that I could. Under the nose. My past made me who I am today. Under the mouth. Wiser and stronger. Collarbone. Now is the time to let go. Under the arm. Keep the learning and let the rest go. Top of the head. Keep the learning and let the rest go as it no longer serves purpose to my mind, body, and soul. Karate chop. Even though a part of me is still carrying the burden of my grief, it haunts my memories and keeps me from moving forward. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I'm open to the possibility of just keeping the learning, the memories, and letting the grief go. Take a deep breath in, out. Take a sip of water if you need to. And let's go with our last round, round 4. Karate chop. Even though a part of me is still carrying the burden of my grief, it haunts my memories and keeps me from moving forward. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Soon each day will be lighter, and I will feel calmer and better. I wholeheartedly love and accept myself. Eyebrow. I feel so light today. Side of the eye. I'm feeling very calm and better. Under the eye. I know I did the best that I could. Under the nose. My past made me who I am today, wiser and stronger. Under the mouth. I am my best version today. Collarbone. I am free and enjoy my freedom from the past and embrace my beautiful present. Under the arm. I live in my present happy moment and moving forward. Top of the head. I'm glad I'm working through and freeing myself from my past. Karate chop. Even though a part of me is still carrying the burden of my grief, it haunts my memories and keeps me from moving forward. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I'm grateful for having learned important lessons, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Take a deep sip of water. You can go through this as many times as you want to. Come back and go through it again and again and again as many times as you need to. And now for our reading. And it's perfect. It's about breaking free. We need to learn to break free of what's holding us back, whatever's binding us, whatever's chaining us, whatever's keeping us. My last year of teaching, one of my students, his grandmother had died, and I was internally very insensitive. And then when I got to my car at the end of the day, I bawled my eyes out because I knew if I were ever in that same situation, I would not be able to handle it. And once it did happen to me, I did handle it poorly in hindsight because I was just so grief-stricken and I could not see my way clear until I started to look at it from a perspective of what I learned, what I gained, and how peaceful it all turned out to be, and how much growth occurred in my life and what I learned from it and how I was able to take the lessons and the memories, and they still hold me close and warm when I'm in the throes of grief. So it never really ends, but it does become more tolerable. No one gets to tell you how long you can stay in grief. No one gets to tell you how to grieve. This was just an opportunity for me to share how I've worked through my grief and how I continue to use these tips and tricks and techniques to work through grief, especially on holidays and anniversary days and days when it's just so much to bear. There will be days like that years to come, I'm sorry to tell you, but it is just the truth of it. But you can handle it better, and you can absorb the pain with tapping and getting counseling and remembering the person in a positive way, but also being honest about what you've gained, what you've lost, and the whole situation as a whole. So breaking free is also about breaking free from the illusion. That's the best way to put it. The illusion. Just be honest about the truth and what we have learned and gained. And I recommend that you take an opportunity to walk barefoot in the grass and embrace a tree. That is so healing, and we get to reconnect with nature. And if the person you loved nature, it's another way to connect with them. I want you to look below on ways we can work together. I do have a grief digital course, and I do work through that digital course with my clients in sessions. And I have grief techniques that I do with my clients in addition to the EFT. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified when we post videos. Thank you so much. I wish you healing, growth, and abundance in every aspect of your life.